giving yourself the grace to suck at something for a little while. And it's a process that can repeat itself over and over, right? I mean, so in my career, like I started a software company when I was in my mid-20s. It was an ed tech company called ProctorU, grew to be the largest type in the world, and we sold that business. We had a couple thousand employees, like really did some great things. And then when I said, okay, I'm going to start a podcast, like I found myself right back at zero again and having to give myself permission to suck at something because it was brand new. And that was tough. And if you go back and look at some of the early episodes of my show, it's a shit show, right? I mean, it was like I'm all over the place. My cameras are falling over, overheating from sunlight. Like it was, but every episode got a little bit better. And I'm a big kind of like, I get motivated by hokey mantras and things like that. And so I don't remember where I first heard this. Might have been like a David Goggins thing or whatever, but like I'm a big believer. I'm about to put this on my wall because I feel like I need to hear it right now. But the idea of just better than yesterday, right? Like can today doesn't have to be perfect, but can it just be better than it was the last time I did it? And if you can string a bunch of those kinds of days together, you're going to get so much further.
What's the measuring stick for that, though? So I mean, I get better than yesterday. Is it a feeling? Is it emotion? I mean, is it? I mean, how do you measure that today's better than actually yesterday? Because as I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, I've strung some really good days together. Then every once in a while, I get the fucking right hook of a day that just goes south, man. And so what? That's the question. What's the measuring stick?
Yeah. So I think you have to be really clear in anything that if you're trying to accomplish something. I think you have to be really clear with yourself up front what success looks like. And you may change that definition as you go. But, if you're talking about
success in the thing you're trying to accomplish or success overall? Success
in the thing you're trying to accomplish. Okay. So if I'm talking about, say, a fitness goal, I need to have whatever it is in my mind dialed in. So like, this is what success looks like. And for me, success in that has never been a weight loss goal or a number or anything. It's always been getting up every day and doing something. Like the process is really the goal, and then the results come from the back end of that. But if you are trying to grow your business, you need to know what numbers am I measuring to know whether I'm winning or not. And that's another thing I see when I'm trying to help people is that they're swinging the bat and they're not even keeping track of how many times they hit the ball.
Well, they're not keeping track because they don't want it be highlighted how bad they're actually doing.
Yeah, but listen, admitting you're bad at something is the first step to getting good at it, right? I mean, how are you supposed to improve on something you don't measure? I don't know how to do that. I think you can't, but how would you ever know if you were getting better if you're not measuring it? Like that sounds like a super nerdy, like tape on the glasses thing. You can't be measuring everything, but like it really matters. If you don't measure something, you can't get better at it, or you at least can't prove that you're better at it. And I think that data is the kind of truth that sets you free, right? And there's so many examples of working with organizations and they're just struggling and they're wringing their hands and they're arguing about whether they're making progress or what we should really do. And a lot of times it just boils down into everybody has a different definition of what progress and success looks like. And if we can all in the organization stack hands over the same thing, this is how we're going to measure whether we're winning. It could be revenue. It could be numbers of clients. It could be repeat clients. It could be, I'm just talking business terms. But as long as we all agree on what that is, then you can boil it down into, let's do a little bit better tomorrow than I did today by looking at the things I'm trying to do. If today I made 10 sales calls, let's make 12 tomorrow, right? Or let's make, whatever. If you start stringing good days like that together, and that's how you really move your organization forward.